welcome back to my channel. Happy to have you here today because we are diving into episode number 5 in the What I Eat in a Day series. This has been a really fun series to put together and you guys have been loving it, so we're going to continue rolling with it. I have 2 quick announcements before we dive into today's video. The first is that we have reached over 10,000 subscribers on the channel. I am so pumped and can't thank you guys enough for all that you have done to support the growth of this channel. It's been so fun putting these videos together and I've loved being able to share my content with you. So to celebrate the milestone of 10K, I'm going to be hosting a giveaway with Bob's Red Mill, which will be in the video going live tomorrow. And we are going to be giving away all of my favorite products. So stay tuned for that. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and you can enter to win. The second thing that I wanted to mention is that I've actually put together a clean eating meal plan for you guys that is based off of these What I Eat videos. So because they've been so popular, I wanted to give you a resource that you could use when you're meal planning for yourself or when you go to the grocery store that uses the philosophies that I use in my everyday life. And it's 7 days of clean, healthy, delicious, vegan, and gluten-free recipes. So if you're interested in checking that out, you can click the link in the description below, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So without further ado, let's dive into the 5th episode of the What I Eat in a Day series. By now you know every day I start my day with a big glass of water. Today I squeezed in the juice of half of a lemon, and I wanted to show you the water filter that I use. This is the Soma water filter. It's sustainable and plant-based, which I absolutely love, and the water tastes really good. I just keep it in my fridge. So I poured a probably 16 ounce, I think this is a pint glass, of water, drank it up, and then went out for my walk with Trevi. So I walked in Riverside Park this morning, which is on the Upper West Side, and it was so lush and green out, so pretty, such a good morning. And then after the walk, Matt and I walked to the gym and yoga. I went to a hot yoga class and Matt went off to the gym. This is the yoga studio I go to. It's called Pure Yoga on the Upper West Side. It's Zen, super spiritual. I love it. And then I came home and this is when I get greeted by the little love of my life. This little fur ball is so cute. She always greets me at the door like this and then rolls over onto her back for a belly rub. She loves her belly rubs. And I decided to have a bowl of yogurt with fruit on top. This is the yogurt that I ate. It's a vanilla almond milk version, and what I really like about it is it's vegan, dairy-free, and soy-free, but what I love is that it's actually sweetened with fruit juice instead of cane sugar. So this is the texture. I'm just stirring it. I had just opened it, and you can see it's pretty creamy, and it has a great flavor. So on top of that, I decided to do some sliced strawberries and also a banana, and I just sliced them both up. And then this is the granola that I use. This is a toasted coconut and quinoa granola that I made at home. I'm still working on the recipe. It's not finalized yet, so I'll share that when it is. I also added in some hemp seeds and some chia seeds for a little bit of protein and just sprinkled everything on top. And there is my beautiful granola bowl. You guys know how much I love having my greens in the morning, so I had a side of green juice with my granola, and this is the green aid that I buy from Whole Foods. It's a really beautiful color, lots of veggies, sweetened with apple, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm, of course, eating at my desk because I always do, and going in for the first bite, get some banana, make sure I get some granola on there. So good. And then the next bite was strawberries. This was honestly like the perfect bowl. My mid-morning snack was my Energizing matcha latte, and that's just organic matcha powder, monk fruit extract, MCT oil, which is made from coconuts, and some homemade hemp milk. And you just start with about a teaspoon of matcha powder. I add in about a teaspoon of the MCT oil. I sprinkle in some of the monk fruit extract, and then just a splash of the hemp milk. Add in some boiling water. And it depends on how much you want. I think I made about like a 12-ounce version. And then you just blend it up on the blender for like 5 seconds. And that's it. Super creamy and so good. Great little boost of energy and antioxidants, everything like that. I love matcha. While I was enjoying my matcha latte, Miss Trevi was definitely not energized, snoozing like a clown. Lunch today was a piece of cinnamon raisin toast, and this is the sprouted version from Food for Life. I really love it. And also some avocado pesto zucchini noodles. So I'm going to start with the avocado pesto. And these are the ingredients that you're going to need. I'll show you right now how you start to make it. So we just half and core the avocados, scoop out the flesh, put them into your food processor. I did 2 avocados because I'm making extra because I'm going to bring it to dinner tonight. So we'll see that in a minute. So we do 2 avocados and then probably about 2 cups of basil, and I just put it into the food processor, and then I squeezed in the juice of 1 lemon, and this is the lemon squeezer that I have. I think it's OXO. I really like it. And then I did 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. I would say that just go for taste. And then for the nut or seed version, I did a 1/4 cup of hemp seeds and then a sprinkle of salt. And then all you do is blend it up in the food processor and just go until it's completely smooth. And it takes probably 5 minutes or so, but look, it's avocado pesto. It's so good. For the zucchini, to get started, you just cut off the ends, and then I like to cut them in half because I find it easier to spiralize. So I'm doing 2 zucchinis because I'm taking the leftovers with me. And then you just secure the spiralizer to the counter and then just go ahead and spiralize. So I used the thin kind of spaghetti blade, and that's the end. Love to eat that as a snack. And then I just transfer it all to a bowl, and I'm actually pulling it apart so that it makes it into smaller, more manageable spaghetti strands. And then you transfer in your pesto, and then just using salad tongs, just combine everything all together. And it takes a little bit, but it's easy to do. And then here is the final lunch. So I ended up putting some of my mixed nut butter on the cinnamon raisin toast, and I had the avocado pesto noodles over some greens with a little bit of extra hemp seeds for some protein. Lunch was actually not that filling, so I decided to make a green smoothie as my mid-afternoon snack. I started with about 2 cups of spinach and then about a cup of cucumber, half a scoop of vegan protein powder, some spirulina powder, some raw cacao powder, and then my favorite spices, which are turmeric and cinnamon. And then for my frozen fruit, I did frozen raspberries and frozen cherries. Blended that up with a little bit of water, and it was like a creamy, dreamy chocolate milkshake. It was so good. Very sweet, but also kind of tart at the same time. Such a good snack. My cousin invited us down for dinner, and I decided to walk down, which was about 60 blocks, so it was a long walk, but it was totally worth it because it was a beautiful evening. And we ate outside in her back patio. She has like a little back garden, decorated it with Christmas lights, super cute. Matt ended up meeting us down there, and this is when he got to the house. Look at Trevi. She's so cute. She's so excited to see him all the time. I love her. So for dinner, we did a bunch of vegetables. So I roasted some sweet potato with some mushrooms and onions. I also made a massaged kale salad, and we had rosé. You can see Lisa pouring it in the back. So the kale salad was just torn up kale, and then the dressing was lemon juice, some olive oil. I also minced up some garlic and put it in there, and then just salt, pepper, mix it all together, pour it on the salad, and then massage it until the kale gets soft. So this ends up breaking down the cell walls, and it makes the kale a lot easier to eat, and you can see it's so pretty. Look at those pieces of garlic. And then it was time to enjoy a glass of rosé. There's Lisa and Matt, and here's the whole group. And then our spread for dinner. So here is our kale salad, our roasted sweet potatoes and mushrooms, some warm chickpeas, the pesto pasta, and then, of course, the quinoa, because we can't have dinner without quinoa. Here's my plate with the zucchini noodles, my rosé, my kale salad, and it ended up being such an awesome evening, and I love spending time with them, and I'm so happy and grateful that they're here in the city to hang out with. All right, there we have it, my friends. That concludes episode number 5 in the What I Eat in a Day series. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I wanted to let you know that the avocado pesto noodles, that recipe will be up on the blog shortly, so I'll make sure to come back to this video and update the description with a link to my blog when that goes live. I think it's going to go live next week. And other than that, I would love to hear what you thought. If you have comments or questions about any of the recipes I shared today, or if you actually have recipes that you think that I would enjoy or that you want to see featured in these What I Eat in a Day videos, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would love to have you join the community. I'll leave a button up in this little corner that you can click, and that will just give you notifications for whenever I post a new video. So other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!